Hey, it's Kelly Wilson. This is Real Talk. So sometimes it's not all about voiceover, I know. Dude, it's always about voiceover, but hear me out. Sometimes it's not all about it. What if the thing that you need to work on is not directly related to voiceover, but it impacts it? So like 11 years ago, I actually, maybe 12, I don't know. Over 10 years ago, I moved out here to Idaho, and it was around that time that I realized I really didn't want to pursue radio. I wanted to do voiceover. But I figured I'd get there, but let's see how the journey unfolds. But I also knew that if I was going to be a voice actor and run my own business, there was some other stuff I had to do first. Quite a few things. I knew that if I needed to be financially secure, because that's what works best for me, if I'm going to be running my own business, I knew that I had to have my financial situation in my ducks in a row, and those ducks were like hot mess ducks, all right? They were all over the place. So I checked out Dave Ramsey, and I followed his debt snowball, and dude, it works, and I'm debt free, except for my house. He does it better. I can't do it. I have the retirement going. I got all the insurances. I got all that foundational stuff, which doesn't sound too exciting, like buying a $3,000 microphone. Now that sounds fun. But because of all that boring Dave Ramsey stuff that I did do, thank you, Dave Ramsey. But because I did all that quote-unquote boring stuff, I can buy a $3,000 microphone with cash money right now if I wanted to. Make sense? And to me, that safety net, that's cool. Also, I'll call myself out the fact that I think that fiscal responsibility is cool. I understand. I used to be cooler, but I used to also be broker. I mentioned I can drop $3,000 on a microphone if I wanted to right now. To me, that's pretty cool. Before I was fiscally responsible, I could maybe get approved for a credit card for $3,000. Maybe, but probably not, and I couldn't, afford any payment. So yeah, this is way better. Anyways, and plus I'm an adult now, so this past weekend, the coolest thing we did was my husband bought this book. It's little family activities. You can scratch off an activity. The rules are you have to do it. This one was called Fruit Ninja, and basically we bought a bunch of fruit and introduced my son to Gallagher. I don't know if I'll age myself, but the comedian dude he was bald, but he had hair on the sides. It was older stuff when I was a kid, but he would take watermelons and smash them in front of a live audience in front of jokes. So anyways, that's what we did with our family this weekend. So yeah, that is cool to me too. Okay, so I've been thinking, what's next? It's a new quarter. My kid 1 is back in school. I just got vaccinated with the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccination, which first 3 days were a little rough, but I'm so thankful I did it, and plus one shot instead of 2. I'm kind of a baby. Was really good for me. So I'm thinking, okay, so all these things are changing and coming, so what's next for me? In the realm of, working on myself and such. If you've heard me talk at all, I'm all about coaching and always getting better. And I don't think that will ever change. And yeah, I can always get better, but, so can everything. So for me, I'm working on my mind. I would like my body to be stronger. And I do fully understand that there is this mind-body connection. And I do understand that if I'm healthy, I can voice easier, better, longer. For me, I'm finding if I don't get my mind right, eventually my body is just gonna follow my crappy mind. I want to get more of my mind right. And I've been working with a therapist now for almost a year, and this is the first time I've ever gotten a therapist. I've always thought about it, said I was going to do it, and I finally did it. And honestly, I did it last year because I was going to I homeschooled my kid, my oldest, and I had 2 kids at home while working, while doing all the momming things, and I felt the stress already, and it was a worldwide pandemic, so I figured, let's get some help. That's exactly what I did, and 2 thumbs up, highly suggest. I will admit that sometimes it's kind of rough seeing a therapist. And the only reason it's been rough is sometimes my therapist calls me out on my BS. My therapist is helping me see my past, current, and future life with essentially a different perspective. It's like putting on a pair of glasses for the first time. Everything seems clearer. Still challenging, but brighter. Specifically, this has helped me in directed sessions, and I've noticed fairly quickly and pretty much every directed session, instead of going right into a negative self-talk if I mess up or if I feel anxious before going into a session, because sometimes I do, and most of the time, I always feel excited when I go into a directed session. Before therapy, I was more prone to go into the negative self-talk. And after therapy, it's more of a inquisitive, brush your shoulders off. And honestly, when I think back and look at it, I didn't mess up. I didn't get it perfectly the first time. And it wasn't bad. It was just part of a session. Yeah, so even explaining that to you now, it's just this nonchalant, it is what it is. Let's keep going. Next. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. If my therapist were here, I can somehow talk to her, and then she spits back to me something like, so what you're saying is, da 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 da. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. She's so good. Also, I can now channel her mojo if I ever need to pull off a therapist voiceover in a session. My point is, being a better person overall in pretty much any and every aspect is always going to help you do the thing you want to do better. And for me, that's voiceover. So check me out, kellywilsonvo.com. Plug! Hey, check out the show, follow the show, share the show. It's called Real Talk. It's on all of the platforms where you can listen to podcasts and stuff. And you can find it direct, anchor.fm/kellywilsonvo. All right, may you have a fantastic week. May you swim through dollar bills. And may the coffee be always hot and strong. Mine is cold again. Every time. All right, bye.